morning. Thanks all for coming. As we are all too aware, our county, like so many around the country and around the state, is in the throes of an opioid epidemic. This is an emergency. It's national, state, and county emergency. We're expecting almost 800 people to die due to opioid-related overdoses in Cuyahoga County alone this year. A new record. This is not a one-year event. The number of deaths has gone up every year since 2009. Last year we lost more than 500 people. This year, 800. The cost in human lives is truly tragic, and it knows no economic, geographic, or racial boundaries. More people in Cuyahoga County died from opioid overdoses in 2016 than homicides, suicides, and auto accidents combined. Beyond the emotional toll this is taking on our families, our friends, first responders, and counselors, there's also a huge burden on our taxpayers. The cost is staggering and growing, and we don't see an end in sight. The county itself spends millions of dollars each year to partially fund a medical insurance plan for our thousands of employees. As the opioid epidemic gets worse, our costs go up, and our costs for medical services, social services, emergency services, and law enforcement for the entire community all are going up. Just within the county executive offices and agencies, the medical examiner has had to add costly staff and equipment, even bringing in extra mobile storage units for bodies. The number of kids in foster care is going through the roof. Kids that are in foster care are there longer. And the cost to care for those children is growing at an unsustainable rate. There's been a significant increase in babies born addicted to opioids, who then need years of care and monitoring. The cost to fund naloxone, which is the antidote that saves people after they've overdosed, the costs are increasing significantly, and we need more and more supply. Our jails are filled with people who are addicted to drugs, who landed in jail because of incidents related to their addiction, and medical and drug costs for these prisoners is escalating. Now, we've been attacking this epidemic from every possible angle, including increasing law enforcement efforts, providing naloxone for first responders and others, advocating for changes in laws, increasing the number of treatment beds, and creating a huge public information campaign, which all of you in the media have been so supportive of. But it's not. Sales of these dangerously addictive drugs fail to report these sales to the government as required by law. They manufactured and distributed these addictive drugs in violation of the law, endangering the lives of thousands of our residents, and they did it just to make huge profits. We have had enough. So today we're opening a new front in our battle against this opioid epidemic. Today we're announcing that we have filed a lawsuit against these manufacturers and distributors. This decision was made jointly by me and prosecutor Mike O'Malley, and now I'd like to introduce our county prosecutor, Mike O'Malley.
Thank you, Armin. One thing that is clear is that if we are waiting for help from Washington, it is not coming. If we are waiting for help from Columbus, it is not coming. It is time for Cuyahoga County to act on its own to protect our citizens and to help those who are addicted to this deadly disease. This was not an easy decision, but it was a decision that the county executive and I came together and realized that now is the time to act. As Armin talked about the cost to the people of Cuyahoga, by our CFS unit, by our county sheriff, by our courts where we try to help people through our drug courts, the cost to continue to rise to the citizens of Cuyahoga County. My office stands with the county executive and the county law department and our local firms that we have screened and hired to present this action in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court. We believe we will be successful, and our goal is to hold these entities accountable, to assist us, our citizens, in getting some costs that we have expended, some reimbursement for these costs, so that we can help people going on into the future. This will not stop what is occurring, but it can help us deal with the effects as we move on into the future. There's been countless lives and families and children who are born into this epidemic and who've been affected by this epidemic, and our goal is to help them going on today and into the future. Thank you. I'd also like to thank our county council, who has been a very active and vital partner in this decision as well. I'd introduce Council President Dan Brady. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm here on behalf of the county council, and I'm proud to be in support of the county prosecutor and the county executive in their decision to take this action. We deal with the end of the problem that most of us are so familiar with in Health and Human Services and our partners in the Adams Board. We can't keep up with this. With all the destruction and all the crime and all the people's lives who are being destroyed, we need to go on the offensive, and that's what we've decided to do. So these drug pushers who are disguised as businessmen, we're coming after you now. Now we're going to fight back. And so I'm very proud to be here as part of this effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Paul Napoli. Today, Cuyahoga County has filed a civil lawsuit to recover the damages and the money that they've expended in trying to fight this crisis. The civil lawsuit will be is filed under the Ohio Consumer Sales Practices Act, under Ohio Deceptive Practices Act. And we're going to use those acts and other common law theories of liability to pursue not only the manufacturers and the distributors, to start to get back those monies expended by the county for all government services. It's now the end of the county paying for those services, and it's time for the dealers of these opioids to start paying for this crisis.
So thank you all very much. We'll be happy to take questions from anybody if you have them. Yes.
The state has filed a similar suit. I know one of the drug manufacturers has said the state doesn't have standing to file this suit. Why do you think the county may be more successful if the state's already facing roadblocks?
I'll let the lawyers I should have introduced. Paul Napoli is with the Shkolnik firm, Napoli Shkolnik, out of New York. We also have Gallucci and Plevin, or Plevin and Gallucci, as local counsel here in Cleveland, who have going to assist us with these cases. This is not the same as the state case. Let me make that clear. The Attorney General has filed an action, I believe, only against the manufacturers.
That's correct.
Ours is against the manufacturers and the distributors. In addition, the damages that the state is seeking are damages that the state has paid out. We're seeking damages for all the costs that we have paid out. So it's a really different lawsuit. But we do expect roadblocks. We're suing the major manufacturers. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. We're suing the distributors, also multi-billion-dollar companies. And we expect them to throw everything they can up against us. And with that, I'll turn it over and get a further answer from Mr. Napoli.
That's correct. They're going to throw every roadblock possible up. Standing, we don't believe, is going to be an issue. The county has expended money, and that alone is enough to create standing. There are specific laws enacted in Ohio under the Deceptive Practices Act, and those will give sufficient standing to the county to pursue their damages.
How much have you paid out so far?
I can't give you a number right now, but I can tell you it's in the millions. I'm getting a nod from Valeria Harper, who's now heading up the Adams Board, which is our close partner in all these efforts, and sees firsthand the devastation that's being caused by the manufacturers and distributors.
Follow up to the original question. If you anticipate roadblocks, then this case is probably going to take a while, and county taxpayers are going to fund the case. So it seems like county taxpayers, the county is paying to fix the problem, and then also paying for this suit as it goes on. What do you want to say to county taxpayers who might question that?
I want to say to county taxpayers that they will pay not a penny for this lawsuit. This is entirely contingency. The costs are covered and the legal fees are covered. The lawyers only get paid if they win. It will cost county taxpayers nothing to bring this lawsuit. Are there any other questions? Thank you all very much for coming. Appreciate it.